YouTube, what's up again? Real debts versus fake debts. When it comes to a real debt, it's not something that you have a choice of paying or not. As soon as you accept something, as far as energy exchange, you've already begun to give it back. It's already happening. It's just like when you take in a chemical, you can only house so many spirits, so something has to go. So you take in alcohol or something, something has to go. If you take in energy from somebody, energy has to go. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way spirit flows, or whatever you want to call that. Energy, however you want to call that. So those are the true debts. What you want to call a debt. What does debt mean? Dedicated is being dead. So anyway, the basic debt, the root debt of all debts, is the breath debt that you have to yourself. So whenever you are anxious about a false debt, like student loans or whatever those things are, whatever you want to call those things, you build, it's a debt to yourself that started from not breathing properly, being behind on your breathing. Then you further expand it by being anxious about the false debts. You're going to constantly give and give and give anxiety and fear to these false debts, because that's really the true payment to the parasites. That's what they're really after. They're not really after your money. Your money manifests in a paper form, but the money is your blood from your ancestors and your fear and your anxiety. That's what money is. So if you're looking at fake debts and real debts, just look at the energy it took to acquire the debt. If it was just a strike of a pen, that's the amount of energy that you owe back. And if you give the anxiety and those things, you further increase the debt, and then you need more loans and more debt to try to cover the initial debt, instead of stopping, sitting still, because he who can't be still will be ill, breathing, getting back in touch with the darkness, which is where you can find all understanding, the darkness within you. If you get back to that, then you will, your debts will solve themselves. That's solvency. That's true solvency. Insolvency is going outward to try to solve outward debt, continually going outward when you know there's more external debt than there will ever be enough money to pay for it. So the debt can't be real, if you understand that. So it's just really about getting back to the initial debt, which is the debt that you have to yourself based on your breath and being behind on your breathing. So once you get that in order, then you'll get all the other debts they all follow that. Because the air, of course, is like less dense water. The body's mainly moisture. The body's basically a ball of emotion. Water is physical emotion. So you control the thinking, or the air is the government for the water. The less dense air that's basically floating atop this dense atmosphere that you call water. That's like, your body's like your iceberg, the tip of your iceberg. The human experience is like the tip of your iceberg. So the debts that you have here are like the tip of the iceberg of your true debts. So you really don't, I'm not saying to take them serious, because what is serious? All I'm saying is that if you get back to the initial debt, that is the debt that you have with yourself and your breathing and not properly breathing, then all the other debts will take care of themselves. So just look at that. The debts that you owe people, what energy did they give out to give them to you, to give you that debt? Because that's all you have to give back. That's equal and balanced exchange. That's principle. That's the principle, the amount of energy that was used to create the debt or value, what have you. So that's how you decipher true debt from false debt. True debt is already working itself out, like your inhale has to be exhaled. That's already happening. You have no choice. False debt is this idea of debt. And it's just like, trying to hug your potential. It's something that is not there. It's not there. It's totally an idea. So it can only create anxiety because it's not real.